Alright, today I'm flipping through these two junk journals. They have very similar color schemes. They have adorable butterflies and florals throughout with some bright red, light blue, pastel yellow, and pink. The covers have been salvaged from old library books that would have been thrown away and recovered with these beautiful fabrics. The layouts are pretty similar, the embellishments are pretty similar, but each one is unique in its own way, so I'm going to flip through each of them. I'm going to start with this one here. This closure is not attached, it's just a wide piece of lace that you could continue to use as a closure or cut up and use in the journal if you wanted. We've got this charm here, or two charms I should say, from the two signatures that are bound in. So I left one string long on each signature and attached beads in this color scheme here. Cute little heart buttons as well. Two signatures, you can see the back here. This fabric is kind of like a high tea theme. So it has the teaspoon, the teapot, teacup there. And now let's take a look inside. We have some extra ephemera here that I didn't put in the other, within the pockets or anything like that, but of course can be used to decorate. I just love this whole color scheme. This was a, I don't know what Michael's brand is right now, but you know, Michael's store brand paper pad with most of the scrapbook papers in here are from that. And I just love the colors in it. They're so bright and springy and adorable. Guest check and a cute little bookmark here with this kind of shimmery gold kind of threads throughout. And I've tried to put lots of fabric tabs and lace in here because I know I love that. I love having a lot of texture in my journals as well. Pocket here with this jumbo index card, oversized index card. I guess really it's probably some kind of card, you know, for kindergartners and first graders to practice their handwriting. And a few little tags here that could be kept together as a cute journal card or cut apart. This is a page of different botanical plants, flowers, things like that. This is half of a doily folded into a pocket with this cute little tag here. This girl, her dress is kind of holographic. There's not a ton of green in the paper pad, but this girl is just so cute. I wanted to put her in the journal, so she's in there. Going along with the floral botanical theme, we've got a journal card here. Find your voice, or sorry, make room for your voice is the stamp on the back, and these beautiful flowers. This is a little triangle corner pocket here. Inside of the first signature, like I said, I left one string long so I could attach the beads and the charm. And then the other has this cute little heart on either side of it. And if you didn't like that, if it was annoying you when you were doing the page, you could definitely just trim it down shorter as well. Lace on the edges here. Cute little journal card, what I wore for prom, first date, first job, wedding, Halloween, and fill in your own. You could also, of course, chop this part off and just use the bottom if it's not about, you know, an outfit that you're journaling. Some Monopoly money, which is very fun to use in collages, and a messy stitch journal card right here. I'm still working on getting the corners, the rounded corners, looking good on my sewing machine, but I think that's part of the handmade charm. You know, it's messy, it's not perfect, and that's okay. Some more fabric tabs here. This is a kind of a washi sample tag almost. You know, these are all different washies taped down, and then the other side is blank with this cute little lace as a tag or as a trim here. This is a journal, or sorry, a recipe card, I should say, from I believe the 80s, Hallmark recipe card, and I just thought the colors fit so well and it's adorable. I'm definitely saving some of these for myself and putting some in journals because that was a really fun find. Cool little paper clip here. I'll take this off so you can see it a little better. It's got these charms on it. So it's got a little chain and this blue bead here and the word create on a metal charm. And here's a journal card. Blank on the opposite side. Paper clip takes a little bit of practice to get on because you got to make sure that it's the dangle is on the right side. This is more tea-dyed paper with more of these botanical leafy foliage stamps down the center, and on this side it's postage themed stamps in the center. Needlecraft. Side tuck here, cool little clock chipboard, and a greeting card that you could use as a journaling card. This is from this beautiful Japanese art book, and the art isn't all Japanese, but the text is in Japanese. At least I believe it's Japanese, and it has these really pretty, full color prints of these beautiful artworks, and so I wanted to include some of those. And these ones just went so well with the color scheme. I had to include them. I think this one's so cute. I believe that that's supposed to be, a child looking out at the snow or at their yard. I just thought that was gorgeous. End of first signature, beginning of second. Because these covers are a little bit not quite as thick, the spine isn't quite as thick. Just 2 signatures in these, but I think it's still a good size, especially if this is your first junk journal. You can kind of get started, see what works for you, and then go, kind of graduate to a bigger one when you feel ready, if you're not sure if this is going to work for you. Make room for your voice and your story matters. I love those stamps, so I use those quite a lot when I'm making journaling cards and decorating. Plant seeds of hope. This is just decorated on the one side with some more foliage there, and the other side is completely blank, so you can journal. This is a cute little journal card, out of the mouths of babes, funny kid quotes. And again, if that doesn't apply to you but you like the image, just chop the top off. I do that with a lot of stuff where, maybe I like the image but not the text, or I want to use the text on a different layout or something like that. Here is a belly band, keeping poultry and rabbits on scraps. I just thought that this was a funny, it's a penguin handbook and it's a postcard. I just thought the title was funny, so I included that. And a Van Gogh bookmark. Americans say Van Gogh, anyway. All right, little Renoir, print in red. This is part of a coloring book. There we go. Side tab, a little bit of decoration here. This is a sticky tag, so that's why it has this background on it. The backing on it, and another one of these washi tags with this super cute green and white polka dotted ribbon as a trim. This is, I think, just scraps that we die cut. My mom and I die cut. We love crafting together, so we do a lot of crafts together. And this cute little butterfly. Middle of this signature, I think this paper is just so beautiful, so I just left it as is, no borders, no trims, just so that you can do whatever you want with it. Belly band, going the other way this time, decorative details, and a library card, or a catalog card, I should say, in this little coin envelope. And obviously all of the ephemera in here, I put it in places that make sense for me, but you can move it around. It doesn't have to stay with the page that it's on. This is a tag made from a master board, so, these were little scraps and stuff that I glued onto, an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and made into tags eventually. The other side is blank. We've got this lovely textured trim here, has a little tassel on that tag. And these are frames, so you can punch these out along the serrated line and use them as little embellishments. Other side of the doily, other side of the Renoir. Oh, I'll be covering this up with a sticker or some trim. I'd forgotten about that. I started stitching and my machine went wonky. So I'll make a note of that and fix that. Some leaves and trim. This is decoration on the tag. It's stitched down, but it also kind of serves as a belly band on the outside of, not on the outside of a tag, on the outside of the pocket, so you can stick something in there, and has stuff up here. Here we have this tag with this cool gold shiny stuff, and a bulb pin that's holding on another clear green tag here that's kind of an extra embellishment, so it can stay on either side of the tag. You could take it off, do whatever you want with it, but it adds a little something to the other side that's just blank white. This little thing here, shiny, love the shiny stuff. And that is the end of the journal. And then this has a whole bunch more ephemera in here, kind of sticking to the color scheme. Some stuff that's a little bit different. There is a tea bag that I think just has the coolest design, and so I've been saving them whenever I drink them. Some ephemera from various scrapbooking kits. There's an address label that I got from this French Kat Kidston sticker book, and I've been hoarding this sticker book with these address labels in it for ages, and I thought it's time to finally share a few of them at least. So lots more ephemera in this little bag in the color scheme, and it's attached with this clip. I love these. I think they're called bulldog clips, but I'm not 100% sure on that. There's the back again. It's fine. And there we go. I'll go pretty quickly through the next one because it's pretty similar. One big difference between the two of these, or maybe you think it's a big difference, maybe not, that's okay, is that this one does have a attached tie. And so these are attached with an eyelet, and then the heart covers up where the ribbon has gone through on the other side. So these are attached. This is my first time doing an attachment like this, so I wouldn't recommend cinching it really tightly closed, but I did use the strongest glue I have, and I haven't seen it doesn't budge. You can tug on it, it doesn't budge, but I wouldn't recommend abusing that, because if it rips out, it would be pretty difficult, I think, to repair in a way that looks nice. So yeah, but that does tie, and so you can tie it here, and as this gets, bigger and bigger, you can use it to kind of keep it contained. We've got another charm here, or beads, and charms on the strings. I think this one's so cute. A lot of this stuff, these beads and stuff are from Joann Fabrics. I've been going to Joann Fabrics way more often since I heard that they were closing versus how often I went before, and sometimes there wasn't anything, or there wasn't a good deal, and sometimes there were some pretty good deals. So I got a lot of buttons and stuff. A few ephemera pieces here. Cute little Brad and heart on this tag. These will live in here. And then let's get started with the signatures. I'm not going to stuff back in as I go to make this a little quicker. I'll do that at the end. Oops. And that's all. You can find these in my Etsy. Thanks so much for watching.